For the latest on the wet weather in Queensland, we're joined now by Julia Seymour. Julia, what more can you tell us about the flooding situation?
Well, yeah, Holly, as we just heard, Queensland is still battling record floods and the rain just keeps on coming. So let's take a look at those major flood warnings on the map. So anywhere in the red, those are major flood warnings. That includes the Balloo, Mary River and Cooper Creek. Now, earlier today, an emergency warning was issued also for the Currumbin Valley for major flooding, with the water levels at Currumbin Creek at 46.8 metres. Thankfully, this has now been downgraded, but as you can see, those warnings are quite widespread right across Queensland. Now, rain is still pouring into the state, both inland but also all along that coastline. So we've seen Mount Elliott Alert record 129 millimetres of rainfall within just 2 hours. Magnolia Alert 116 millimetres in 3 hours. A moist and unstable air mass will continue producing these heavy showers and also thunderstorms throughout the state. But thankfully that will start to ease on Sunday. But as you can see, anywhere in these darker shaded regions, that's where our heaviest falls will be found. In the meantime, Brisbane is facing up to 50 millimetres throughout the rest of today. So it is going to be very wet indeed. Best to keep your umbrella at the ready.
Absolutely. I mean, Sydney is also facing downpours today. How's it looking there?
Yeah, it certainly is. It's a good day for indoor plans, I'd say, Holly, especially if you're anywhere in New South Wales. Sydney Harbour looking very far from its usual sparkling self this afternoon. So if we take a look at the radar, since earlier this morning, we've been watching that wet weather stream on in, pushing from Queensland into New South Wales. Now, an upper trough is moving through eastern parts of the state and is bringing that widespread rain. So if we zoom in on Sydney now, check out some of these rain totals that we've been watching since 9 a.m. Sydney itself seeing over 12 millimetres in the gauge right there. Sydney Airport 6.4 and Olympic Park nudging 13 millimetres. Now, a severe weather warning for heavy rainfall and damaging winds is in place right across eastern parts of New South Wales. That's that yellow shaded region that you can see right here. So we are expecting 6-hour rainfall totals up to 70 millimetres, targeting areas like Sydney, Wollongong, Nowra, Batemans Bay and Braidwood. All up along that east coast as well, we also have a damaging surf warning, really powered by those strong winds. So if we take a look ahead, a low pressure system is going to deepen and develop just off the Illawarra coast into this evening, and that's going to drive an increase in this heavy rainfall, especially for central parts. It's also going to generate these very strong winds that you can see hovering right around that low along southern and western portions of it, and that system is then going to slowly move offshore, and with that we will gently see those conditions start to ease. But in the meantime, we're expecting a top of 24 degrees for Sydney on Sunday. Still expecting rainfall, but only about 10 millimetres in the gauge. A top of 33 for Brisbane, Canberra 22, Melbourne just a chance of a very early morning shower. You might even miss it if you're having a Sunday sleep in. 25 for your high in Adelaide and Perth, a top of 31 degrees.